decided to get pregnant on my bed, sit over here and be fake towards me. So you want to know what happened? I ended up looking with her brother. And what's she gonna do about it? Not a damn thing. Mwah, no bars. Look back to another video. My name is Alize and I'm your favorite black transsexual. Get up into the debate part, whatever. I'm back. How are you wonderful, amazing people doing today, girl? I'm doing amazing. Thank you for asking. I hope you're doing the same. Y'all, today's video is another story time, so buckle up. Girl, I got the energy today, girl, because guess what, girl? We is going to be litty up in the city today, girl. No tea, no shade. But before we get to today's story time, girl, I need you guys to like, comment, and subscribe because you will never find another black transsexual like me. Hello, hello, hello. I'm beautiful. You're beautiful. Get up into the big part or whatever. Go ahead and lock in on myself. All right, y'all. So this story time is about my evil fake ass friend from 8 years ago. So I hope to God I don't get deleted, and don't mind the dogs in the background, girl. This dog is being a homosexual humping this boy dog. So girl, get up into the nastiness or whatever. But like I said, this video is going to be raw. It's going to be unfiltered. And it's just going to be me all over the place explaining my childhood trauma. So I hope you guys enjoy this wonderful, amazing video. Let's buckle up and let's get into it.
Child. Anyway, so
I'm going to tell you guys how I met this girl and how, you know, we ended up getting close or whatever, right? So my auntie used to stay with my cousin or whatever, right? So my cousin, she stayed in these apartments behind the Family Dollar store or whatever, right? And so I would go to my cousin's house or whatever, right? And, you know, me and my cousin would hang out. We'll play with, you know, toys and sticks and stuff like that, girl. You know how I was giving back in the day or whatever, you know, get up into it, right? So when I tell you, I guess my auntie and, you know, this girl's dad, we're going to give her name is going to be Mimi for the video. It's her actual nickname, but I don't really care because she ain't going to whip my ass, but yeah. So Mimi or whatever, Mimi's dad, I guess, was cool with my auntie. So they was cool, and that's how, you know, that situation happened. They ain't never did nothing. Hopefully, I don't know, girl. My auntie's wild, so yeah, I'll get into it. But yeah. So we ended up going to school together. She went to what do you call that motherfucking school? She went to Tennyson Middle School. I just left Tennyson Middle School, but we hung out beforehand. We used to go to skate parks together or whatever, girl. You know, I used to be skating back in my little gay era or whatever, girl. Get up into it. We used to hang out a lot, and we'll literally go to like the taco stand or whatever down the street from our houses or whatever, right? It was like right there in the middle from our houses because she stayed down the street by this museum, and I stayed up the street by this park. So it literally just be a straight shot because she ended up staying with her goddamn granny or whatever, and her granny never wanted people in the house or whatever, which I never understood. And she told me that her granny was like homophobic and her papa was homophobic and shit like that. I was like, that's kind of weird, and you're still friends with me. Like, it made me uncomfortable. And she swore, oh, but she making an exception for you. She ain't never make the exception to let me in her motherfucking house. Oh, did she? Yeah. So, you know, me, I really never cared. Like, you know, I'm mind my business. She'll allow everybody else, every other boy, mind you. Her and I don't fucking know what her damn name is, but like her nana, Mimi's nana or whatever the fuck, granny would literally allow everybody else in their motherfucking house, right? But I couldn't come in the house. She'll allow boys, she'll allow girls, she'll allow everybody else, but I just couldn't come in the house. So I was like, okay, I'm just keep it cute or whatever, right? So it was this one day or whatever, right? She wanted to go get tacos. Like I said, we get tacos together. You know how it was going, girl. Yeah, that was my friend. So we went to the taco stand, and she told me she had money. This girl didn't have no goddamn money. So I had to pay in full. I was like, you gonna pay me back, right? She's like, yeah, friend. Yeah, I got you. Y'all, that girl ain't never, ever, ever pay me back. But I just let it be. I didn't, you know, get mad for real. I was just like, okay, I'm just know for next time. No tea, no shade, right? So y'all, when I tell you, I'm now in high school. I'm a freshman. She's in 8th grade. So she's still in middle school or whatever, right? So she used to get into a lot of fights, right? And back when I was in Tennyson Middle School, I also skipped this part or whatever, right? She was a or 7th grader, 6th grader. She was a 6th grader. I was an 8th grader, right? So she literally, oh my God, this is ghetto. Her brother and I were cool, right? We were just cool, right? And she was cool. Ugh, I don't know how to fucking explain it. We were all cool. We will all hang out. Let me just say it like that. We were all cool. But this one boy, his name is Ricky or whatever, right? He used to always pick on this boy or whatever, right? Like, he would always punk him. And I never understood why they would, like, punk on him, right? Y'all, tell me why, literally, they started fighting on a bus for no reason. Come on.
We're probably going back to school.
So after that fight, y'all, I guess like I had to choose a side because although I wasn't cool with Ricky, like they always wanted to fight me, but I would always out because bitch I didn't want to get jumped because they was like quote unquote hoods and shit like that. Like literally, Ricky has a whole felony charge and he has a whole baby too, girl. Oh my God, I can't even tell the T for real because I said his name. Oh my God. But yeah, we not gonna tell the T, but like, yeah, they will always fight or whatever, always fighting. And there was this one time again, y'all, tell me why, y'all, this is what's so crazy. Tell me why this boy ended up, Ricky, he ended up literally for no reason. He just started fighting homeboy. I forgot his name. What is his name gonna be? We're gonna give him a name. Mimi's brother is gonna be called Jim, yeah. So Jim ended up getting jumped by Ricky again. And this time, y'all, it was severe. Like, girl, they wanted to like fight. Like, girl, Jim talking about he wants to go sit over here and go to his house and, you know, pow that thing up. I'm like, girl, it's not that goddamn serious. But I'll be the same way if I got my ass whooped twice. So yeah, no tea, no shade, girl. Even though I got my ass whooped once, girl, that's not here or there, bitch. Because that bitch are registered, you know. No tea, no shade.
Next caller.
So, like I said, I came out of high school as transgender, right? But I also came out to her way before, like, I came out or whatever, right? Because, you know, I don't even know. I felt comfortable coming out to her. We would constantly hang out. And when I first came out as transgender, that's when I was also kind of like a heavy, you know, passer. Like, I definitely, you know, sat over here and started, you know, I started doing that good stuff or whatever. I started that green Mary Jane or whatever, right? Get up into it, right? When I tell you, y'all, like, we'll just constantly, like, you know, pass. And I felt like that was the basis of our friendship the older we got. Like, she will only come over if I had some, or I will only hang out with her. She has something. Like, I don't know. And mostly she'll come to my house just to, you know, hit my stuff. Or if not, she'll have it, but I need to provide guards. Like, we're always constantly matching. Like, now the older that I get, I realize that's not like a real healthy friendship, but that's not my business. So yeah, no tea, no shade. But y'all, there was a point where I felt like, you know, I just constantly started to see her being weird because there was another time where she left me out. Like, she'll always constantly post everybody else on her story, right? But she'll never post me on her story. And I remember one time I brought it up to her and I was like, why are you posting everybody else but you can't post me? That's weird. Like I said, I brought it up to her and I told her, I was like, I think that's weird because I would post you, but you won't post me. So I guess she felt some type of way because she did start posting me, but she only posted me when I looked a holy hot mess. Like, when my wig is off, like, you know, I got my bonnet on, but I ain't even got my bonnet on for real. Like, when I just looked a whole mess, when I got like one eyelash on, literally, like, I don't know, like, it just felt kind of weird. Like, I don't know what it was, but that just kind of made me feel weird. So let's get to the present of where things started to take a real big turn in our friendship or whatever, right? So she started to leave me out of things or whatever, and she constantly asked me for money and favors, and I always had to pay for food. Like, when we would like eat or whatever, right? she'll always sit over here and be like, oh, my nana can't get us food, so can you get us some food or whatever? I'm just like, girl, I ain't even got no money like that for real. Like, girl, no tea, no shade. And I was be working a job, no tea, no shade. I don't even think she still got a job. Like, I don't even think she got a job, girl. No tea, no shade, girl. I don't know what she do for money now. No tea, no shade, but but yeah, I was just like, this just not giving. Like, it's not giving. And y'all, I say, like, when I was like 16, right? Yeah, I was 16. She was like 15, I think. Yeah, 15 or 14. I don't remember, girl. I really don't remember. But yeah, she was like a freshman in high school. So yeah, she was actually 15 or whatever, right? I was, what do you call it? I was definitely a papa passer. So I actually started to hit that papa passer a lot more, right? When I tell y'all, this is where things hit a turn. She wanted to spend the night at my house, right? So she told me that she has a boyfriend or whatever. She's telling me about her boyfriend and stuff like that. And she was like, can my boyfriend come over? I was like, you know what? I don't see no problem with it. So her brother also wanted to come over. I was like, damn, y'all all want to come in my house or whatever, right? And y'all, I don't know if I could find a picture or whatever, like a video, but like, this is what my room used to look like or whatever. It was beautiful, right? And I had like a little stool or whatever, right? I had a little cute stool. So when I tell y'all, this is the thing I need y'all to understand. This is the thing I need y'all to understand. She brought her boyfriend over, right? She was there first, but her boyfriend came second. So her boyfriend pulled up, and mind you, I started staying with my auntie, right? Because my mama died or whatever, right? So y'all know how the little shebang went. I was at my lowest. I really didn't have no morals at the time, right? So y'all, her boyfriend came over. Boyfriend immediately rude as fuck, walked right past my ass, didn't say, hey, nothing. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just keep it cute because I may be just gay. He just can't stand gay ass shit or whatever. Like, I don't know, right? But in the back of my head, I'm like, you in my house, so you should at least say, hey, right? So, you know, I started to show that I was bothered, right? So Mimi said, what's wrong with you? And I was like, oh, nothing. So I rolled my eyes, right? And so then he like, man, I don't know why the hell you got me over here or whatever, right? So then I said, bitch, you in my goddamn house. You could literally just say, hey, and we wouldn't even have a problem. You want to sit over here and act like it's such a goddamn problem with you sitting over here in a room with another goddamn person who's of the LGBTQ umbrella. You act like I want you. You my homegirl's boyfriend. I don't do that stuff. I didn't do it at the time, girl. Let me continue, girl, because I know some tea about his little fast ass or whatever, right? But so y'all, when I tell you, you know, me and her brother Jim or whatever, right? We ended up going to go, you know, Papa Pass. We went to go to the store or whatever, right? Because we needed some guards, right? So I left Mimi in my house. She just stayed by my house. I mean, she stayed at my house by herself with her boyfriend, right? I need y'all to understand this, okay? My auntie used to always cuss me out when I had guests over my house and I wasn't there. My auntie hated that. She was like, I don't know, why don't you left these goddamn... But yeah, let me get back on track. So I went to the store. I went on by my business or whatever, right? I'm at the store with her brother or whatever, and we just kiki laughing. You know how that shit go or whatever, right? With a straight dude or whatever, right? So tell me why, while I'm on my way back home or whatever, right? My auntie calling me. Like I said, she don't like people at her house when I'm not there, right? So she called me. She like, I know, damn, you did not leave this goddamn girl at my goddamn house. Da-da-da-da-da. And she started going off, y'all. Like, she started going off. She called her all types of B words, H words. I'm like, the bed shaking, da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, girl, the bed shaking, like, what? So she's like, you need to hurry up because I'm about to cut up on this house. So I'm like, okay, I'm on my way. Right. So y'all, I'm like rushing back home or whatever, right? Because, you know, my auntie is cussing me out. And, you know, her brother, Mimi's brother, Jim, overheard everything, girl. Because when I tell you, my family is loud as hell. Like, my auntie, that bitch is loud, girl. No tea, no shade, right? So, you know, he's like, do we have to go home or whatever? I'm like, no, I'm just going to go talk to her or whatever. Like, y'all good. But, like, I should have just told her to come with me or whatever, right? And so then he was like, did I overhear her saying, like, you know, the bed is shaking and stuff like that? I'm like, I don't think you need to really hear that. Yeah. Because Mimi told me the reason why I left her there is because she told me she wanted some alone time with her brother. I mean, with her, oh, not with her brother. Oh my God. God forgive me. But she wanted some alone time with her boyfriend or whatever, right? So I was like, okay, you know what? This is my homegirl. We cool. You know, I'm going to just allow her to do what she wants, right? So I get back there or whatever, right? Like I said, my auntie is mad. So she called me immediately to the room. I mean, to her room or whatever, right? So I go there or whatever, right? She is cussing up a storm. She's like, you better not ever do that again. Da, 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 da. You know, I'm just like, okay, yes, I would never do it again. I would never do it again. Yes, I would never do it again. I'm so sorry. Yeah, just all that bullshit or whatever, right? So I went back into the room, right? And you know, she was asking me like what was going on or whatever. I'm like, oh, it's nothing. It's nothing. She was like, do I need to go? I'm like, no, you good. You good. Knew damn well she heard everything though. Cause like I said, my auntie is very loud. So yeah, there was that or whatever. Right. But, whatchamacallit, I ended up like getting into an argument with my auntie or whatever. Right. And so it was like a couple of days later or whatever. Right. I got into an argument with her and my auntie kicked me out. Right. I remember telling y'all that in one of my YouTube videos, like where I talked about like my transphobic family and all that stuff, right? My auntie kicked me out, so I was like basically homeless. And so that's when the first night I slept in Mimi's car or whatever. I slept in Mimi's dad's car. I slept in that car the whole night, right? And then they woke me up at like, let's say 3 a.m. or whatever, right? Because I got kicked out at like 8, so I stayed in there for a pretty while. Then at like 3 a.m., she took me to the park or whatever, right? She stayed with me for about an hour. We sat over here and smoked or whatever, right? And then she tried to like subtly tell me that she's about to like leave. She's like, okay, well, are you gonna be okay now? Like, are you gonna be okay? My dad's, you know, he's scary. He wants me to come home and stuff. I'm like, girl, just go. Like, literally, I told her, like, just go. Like, literally, it's okay. Go, literally. So, yeah, she went home or whatever, right? And that was that. So, the next morning, like I said, I went back to my auntie's house or whatever. I just begged for her forgiveness or whatever. Sucked up to her, dealt with her bull crap for a couple of days later. You know how this shit go or whatever. Right. So, I decided to go to Mimi's house, like I say. It was on Friday or whatever, right? I went over at her house on a Friday, and when I got out of school, and you know, I went up to her house or whatever. You know, we was hanging out. It was like, let's, you know, pass again. Let's like have a little matching session or whatever, right? She was like, we should do it at your house. I'm like, I don't know about all that, right? But I asked my auntie if it was okay. She was like, yeah, you just gonna have to share. And I was like, oh, okay. And then she told me why she was really getting mad at me, because she told me I wasn't sharing the like goodies with her or whatever. I'm like, that's not my stuff to share. And she's like, well, if they in my house, they gonna have to share. I'm like, okay, yes, ma'am. I got you. Okay, brilliant. So, you know, we went to my house or whatever, right? And this is the night where I solidified that she's kind of weird, right? So y'all, she came to my house, right? We, you know, started over here and started, you know, passing, but we decided we was also gonna sit over here and start, you know, drinking basically or whatever. I just gotta keep it real or whatever, right? So we had like bottles or whatever, right? We had like bottles, cans, all that stuff. We had like we had BLKs. We had extendos. We had, you know, what is the other song called? We had roaches. We just had it all, right? We was gonna hotbox my room or whatever, right? So she told me that she was inviting her boyfriend and also some other dudes over. I was like, oh, okay. This is gonna be very, very, very interesting, right? So y'all, when I tell you this is what, you know, had me a little messed up. She told me, you know, just chill out. If my boyfriend does anything weird, I'll stop him and stuff like that. She let me know ahead of time. So I was like, okay, you know, I'm just like, he better not cut up, because girl, I'm gonna cut up with him. Like, no tea, no shade. And so, you know, her boyfriend came over. He was the first person to come over. I want you to know that too. Out of all the boys, right? Because it was like, okay, it was him and it was 2 other boys. It was 2 other boys plus her brother. So that was 4 boys, 1 girl, and me. Oh my God. Damn, all them people in that goddamn room, hold the hell up, right? So yeah, was it Was it dude as well? No. Okay, my bad. Because I don't want to say his name. So when I tell you he's here or whatever, right? You know, this time he actually said something to me. He said, hey, or whatever, right? Well, okay, bad. Cool. So, you know, we all putt past and we got the stuff in a rotation or whatever, right? And so it's like nighttime or whatever, right? Like it's now like past sunset or whatever, right? So I need y'all to understand this. Mimi's homeboys and what the fuck is his name? Jim's homeboys, they started to come over, right? One by one, right? So I was like, oh, okay. So we got more people coming over in my house, right? So they ended up starting a rough house. Like the boys started playing, you know, with the footballs and stuff like that. I don't know why, but I have footballs in my damn house. Don't ask me why or whatever, right? There was rough housing in my house, right? So they ended up like beating on a wall and stuff. My auntie hates that stuff. So she's like, stop making all that noise. Da, 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 da. So it's like embarrassing. Like, I don't know. It's just embarrassing, right? So this is where things kind of take a turn, right? So y'all remember that stool I showed y'all? I don't know if I can find a picture, but there was a stool in my room. This tall ass fucking stick figure boy sat on my damn stool and he broke it. He was leaning on it and he broke it in half. I was so mad, y'all. I was so mad. He didn't even apologize. He said, oh, that's crazy. Oh, what? Girl, I was mad. I was like, oh no. Oh, no, honey. So, like I said, I was kind of over it or whatever, right? I was waiting for them to go home because they wasn't the one spending the night. It was just me, Jim, and then her boyfriend or whatever, right? And Mimi or whatever, right? So it was like 4 of us spending the night or whatever at my room or whatever, right? So they ended up going home after they broke my goddamn stool, after they drunk everything up, ate everything up in my house. They destroyed my place. You know that shit happened or whatever, right? So let's fast forward. So we're back at my crib or whatever because we walked them to their house or whatever, right? So we back at my crib or whatever, right? And, you know, it's now like time to like lay down or whatever, right? Because we're drunk and stuff, right? So this is where things take a turn. So, y'all, like I said, we're back at my house or whatever, right? Homegirl ended up passing out on my bed with her boyfriend or whatever, right? So I was like, okay, cool. So I went with her brother to my living room or whatever. You know, he was my first kiss, all that stuff. You know, I pulled the trait that night, boom, shakalaka, hang it up, flat screen. Right. So this is where things take a turn, right? I go back into my room, we pass out or whatever, right? But I'm in my bed because this is my bed. Tell me why, y'all, I feel rocking. Like, I feel feet all up on me, right? So, like, I'm feeling the feet all up on me, right? And so then I hear this. I'm like, what? I'm like, what is going on? And then it's like, I'm like, are they fucking in my bed? What the fuck? What the hell? And so then there was this other girl. She not coming over the next night or whatever. I think her name was like Rain or whatever, right? I really don't give a fuck. I'm telling all the business, right? Rain ended up doing something with that other boy or whatever, right? Dude or whatever, right? She ended up doing something with Jim or whatever, right? They throw my floor and then her boyfriend throw my bed with her. And now I'm just dickless that whole night. I was like, what the hell? Mind you, this happened 2 nights in a row. So she lost her virginity on my bed that other night. Then she did it again on my bed again. Then she did it again the next following night again. Then her brothers doing stuff on my floor. Yeah, all in my house. Yeah, I didn't have no morals at the time. Dumbass Alizea. Very much a dumbass. Don't see no shade, right? So after all those shebams or whatever, right, I kind of like ghosted her for a little while or whatever, right? But we ended up hanging out, like I say, a month after all that stuff happened. So we ended up hanging out again, right? And so, you know, it was just me and her, right? I've been like ghosting her brother or whatever, right? Because I really with him like that. Like, ever since then, I was like, that's kind of weird. Like, I don't really with him like that. And so, y'all, when I tell you, this is where things kind of like take a turn to. Everybody's like, and it's not even just him, because all his homeboys is gay too. Like, thinking about it too, they all gay. Because how the hell you gonna be sitting over here worried about somebody else's genitalia, and then you in my story views, then you on my goddamn TikTok? Y'all all gay. But like, getting back to the goddamn video, yeah, it was just me and her. And this girl gonna sit over here and proceed to tell me, literally, she said it like this: I hope you know that it's just gonna be me and you, because all of our friends, they're broke as fuck, you know, they're not as pretty as us. We're so pretty. And then it was something about like, let's just use them for money or whatever, right? And I was playing along. I was like, yes, girl, yes, period. Whole time in my head, I'm like, bitch, you weird. You weird as fuck. Like, that's some weird ass shit to do. Like, to use your friends, that's kind of weird as fuck. No shade. And she didn't say like that, but it's been so long since she said it. So it's just like, summing that shit up. She's kind of fucking weird, right? And when she's talking shit about her friends, I imagine how that shit would be to me. And it was another time in high school, she come up to me and told me how such and such was talking about me, like this one boy. I couldn't stand this gay ass boy. He literally was talking shit about me, right? And she used to hang out with him, right? I used to hate that fucking shit. She used to hang around every person who I didn't fuck with. But as soon as I hang out with somebody who she didn't fuck with, you're weird, you're fake, you're phony, you're weird, you're fake, you're phony. Bitch, what? But yeah, she told me how he was talking shit about me, how he was being fake, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, what did you say? Oh, that's crazy. What did you do? Oh, girl, I defended you. No, you didn't. No, you damn well you didn't. You lying. Lying, because if you did, you would have to tell me. If you did, you would have had to tell me. There we go. Simple as that, right? Simple as that. So what actually put the nail in the coffin was when I got into that one fight. So y'all remember the time where I got beat up by that big old black gay boy or whatever, right? I have that whole story time in my playlist or whatever. You can go watch it after this video, right? But I ended up getting beat up by this big old black gay boy. When I tell you things got hectic, girl, things got hectic. So after that happened, right, the whole school was against me. I lost damn near all my friends. I lost all my support. I really felt like I didn't have nobody. I couldn't trust nobody anymore, literally. And everybody was bullying me. Like, everybody was bullying me. And you know, she literally told me, she was like, you know, it's okay, girl. I'm sorry I couldn't help you, this and that. But previous time, let me tell y'all this. If y'all watch that video, right? I'm sorry for screaming, but if y'all watch that video, right? You can literally hear her in the back talking about, somebody help! Somebody help her! Somebody help! Bitch, you're my friend. You are my friend. You literally said on your granny grave, you was gonna help me. You fake as So yeah, after that situation, I never fucked with her ever again. I literally put that in my head. You weird. You fake. You cut. And then she was like, don't take this anyway. You know, you would help me. I would help you. Bitch, you didn't help though. You didn't help. Every time I would insert myself in your situation, you like, period. But every time something was going on with me, you always ghost, quiet, never defended me. But like I said, y'all, she'll literally misuse my pronouns to call me Isaiah in front of her granny, in front of her dad, in front of her papa, in front of her friends. But then in my face, oh, I didn't mean to say Isaiah. That's just how they know you as. But you should be my friend and introduce me as Alizaiah. It's that fucking simple. If you're my motherfucking friend, you should be the one to introduce me when I'm not in that room. You weird as fuck. You fake as fuck. And you phony as fuck. You weird as hell. And this is why I don't have no loyalty, no that. Like, you weird as hell. You cut. You weird. And so from that point forward, I just distanced myself. All I'm gonna say in this video is, yeah, she was wild. She was fake. She did a lot that I don't even know if I really want to go to base with. I don't know if I want to bring that to the surface because there was so much that girl put me through. So much that I can't even tell you all of it, because if I didn't have this in my system, girl, I would be living. I would be telling every bit of the goddamn tea, but I'm tired as hell. I gotta go finish my rest of my videos, girl. I gotta go get my YouTube check. You know, go cut up on her or whatever. But if you guys enjoyed this ghetto ass video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. My name is Alizaiah. I'm your favorite ghetto black transsexual. And if you want more ghetto ass story times like this, let me know down below, girl. Bada bing, bada boom. And I don't want y'all to ever sit over here and try to find her social media account, because I ain't got time for no shade. But bada bing, bada boom. I'm gonna talk to you wonderful, ghetto, fabulous people later. Bye, loves. Bada bing, bada boom.